Alright friends, so in this video I want to share with you a little bit about social dynamics and photography, street photography, and how to build your confidence as a photographer. I think one of the best things about photography and street photography is your unique opportunity to interact with real humans. So I think in today's world, the norm is to be antisocial. We go to the gym, we put on headphones, you don't make eye contact with people, and actually it's very alienating, and I think that's actually what causes a lot of depression. You know, it's pretty obvious that the more we interact with other people, especially people we're interested in, people we care about, people we love, even strangers, the happier we are. And so even one thing I've been doing is I've been working out at this park gym and I just talk to strangers. And even one thing I've been doing is I've been bringing along my GoPro, recording strangers, talking with them, interacting with them. So realize that photography and street photography is your tool, it's your passport into other people's lives. The more you interact with people, the better. And for the longest time in street photography, I made the mistake of thinking of people as just photo objects, meaning I'd go out into the streets and just find weird or interesting looking people and just photograph them and upload them to Instagram or Facebook and get a bunch of likes. But now I'm starting to realize photography is probably the best way to humanize strangers, to humanize other people. So rather than seeing people as weird or different, using photography as a tool to bring you closer to other people. And also with ethics in photography, I personally like to follow what I like to call the silver rule of photography, which is don't photograph others as you don't want others to photograph you. So for example, there's a big tricky thing about photographing homeless people. So if I were homeless, I wouldn't want a photographer like sniping me from behind a bush with a huge zoom lens and treating me like an animal. I would prefer that the photographer would come to me and say, hey, you know, what's your life story, and then actually interact and engage with me. And then if they ask, oh, can I photograph you? Then I'll be like, oh, I'd be totally cool with it. Or if they were to photograph me looking homeless and destitute, I'd want them not to show my face. So of course, everyone's stance of ethics and morals in photography is different. And you shouldn't let other people superimpose their ethics and morals onto you. Because ultimately, there is no 100% correct form of ethics. All ethics must be formulated by you and defined by you. And I think even the silver rule isn't perfect because there's always different circumstances. So basically what I would recommend is if you want to be more confident as a photographer photographing other people, be more comfortable being photographed yourself. So a lot of us as photographers, this is a little bit weird, we don't like to be photographed ourselves. And I think a lot of that stems from the sense that we don't kind of like the way we look, or we don't like the way we look in photographs. So some of us, we might be older, some of us might have a little bit more fat on our faces, or we have certain scars on our faces, or there's certain angles we don't like. And so I think one of the best ways to build our confidence in photographing other people is to actually let other people photograph us. So even giving your camera to your loved one, to your sister, to your friend, have them photograph you. And you could even practice shooting selfies on your phone and realizing that there's all these different angles that you could photograph yourself. This is a pro tip. If you don't want the double chin in your photos, you just stick your chin out like that and you stick out your chin towards the camera. So become more comfortable being photographed yourself, and then you'll feel more comfortable photographing others, because some of us, if we don't like other people photographing us, we assume other people don't like us photographing them, which is not true, because people like Eric Kim, I love the attention of being photographed. And so the reason why I have no problem shooting street photography is that I like when other people photograph me. Even I did this episode with Kaiman Wong in Hong Kong. I was walking on the streets as a pirate, and all these tourists are taking photos of me, and I actually like the attention and stuff like that. But of course, not everyone's the way I am. So once again, remember that photography, street photography, is a way for you to be happier because you'll interact more with people. If you're about to photograph a stranger, my suggestion is ask them about their life story, and even offer to email them the photos afterwards. Show them the LCD screen, interact with them. Also, be more comfortable photographing yourself. So even as a small assignment or activity, take some selfies of yourself. Put your camera on tripod, shoot self-portraits of yourself, or give your camera to your friend, your loved one, or your kid to photograph you. And if you don't like to be photographed by others, or if you're not comfortable with your self-image, ask yourself, why not? And reflect and meditate on that. And so to share some of your thoughts, go to Eric Kim Forum, forum.erickimphotography.com, or just Google Eric Kim Forum, and share your personal thoughts. So are you comfortable being photographed by others? If not, why? If yes, why? And what is your personal code of ethics in photography?